Well, there was the one time I was fucking partying at Stuttering Dave's house. I can name him, another dead friend. He died of an overdose. Jeff, we don't know if he died of pneumonia, as the doctor said, or drank himself to death. Bob commits suicide, took a shotgun to his own head because the military wouldn't let him back in.
Which one was the Nazi again?
Jeff was once a Nazi, and then, like, after years of, debating him and him seeing that I was still the same old Jim after I was married to my ex-wife, who was black, who is, can't change that.
Was black. Well, Michael Jackson tried.
Yeah, but I doubt she has the money for that kind of skin bleaching. and my ex-wife is like darker than dark, man. She was blacker than night. But it was nice being with her when I did. Whenever times were good, they were good. But she did a lot of mind games and shit. Anyway.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's what I say about any ex. I could say, things about what they did wrong. I could say why I wouldn't go back with them. But I mean, yeah, the good times were really good. But anyway.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm there partying at Dave's house, and he's got his usual cocaine thing because he was a coke dealer. And we're going pretty good. And there's a knock on the door, and someone looks out the window and sees a cop car, like, oh shit, and like all the underage kids hide in the bathroom, all the drugs are hidden. I'm sitting there in the living room with a beer because I'm fucking over 21. I didn't give a shit. And the cops open the door and ask, did you hear anything going on? No, I didn't hear anything, anything going on, And the cop's like, well, there's a dead body in your front yard. So, after this encounter with the cops, everyone that was crammed in the fucking bathroom in the back came out, and you have like, 2-3 dozen eyes looking out the window to look at the fucking dead body in the front yard while the cops are putting up the fucking crime scene tape and shit. Like, oh God, there's a dead body out front. So we were partying too hardcore to know someone died in the Dave's front yard.
Wow.
It was a gunshot wound to boot, so
it actually made some noise.
Yeah.
You didn't even hear it. Well, I still love the story about the cops wanted to shut down this club because it was like a punk club, and cops didn't like punk because it was in Chicago. And they're like, and the guy gets on the PA while the cops are out there about to shut us down, about to shut the club down. About to shut the club down. And goes, well, I've got some bad news. The bad news is we're probably going to have to close out. The good news is someone just got shot down the street, and the cops are probably going to be there and the cops race over, and sure enough, someone got shot by the Jack in the Box.
Well, that sounds like a good story someone shared with you. That's great.
Yes, yeah, it was one of my old punk friends who was like, yeah, I got to. Well, I remember.
Another bit of story here about Dave's. He was hanging out with this fucking Mexican kid that was living at his house. And he said that he would do stupid Mexican tricks, totally of his own volition now. Stupid Mexican tricks in exchange for hits of acid. And one of these tricks was he had to do a beer bong filled with whatever water was in the toilet. And it was right after a chick pissed and she didn't flush. So there was a fucking one piece of toilet paper in it and some urine and shit. And he downed it and he got free acid that day.
I didn't get anything for what I did. God damn it. I'm jealous.
Mm-hmm. Well, the day that he stopped hanging with everyone, he went up to one of our dealers' houses, the people that sold the drug dealers drugs. And they were there, and he's like, oh, come on, give me some acid for a stupid Mexican trick. And the stupid Mexican trick was eat what's left of this sheet of acid. About an hour later, he's fucking out of his skull, runs out of the house, smashes his fist through a windshield completely, fucking cutting himself up, scarred, just goes over the hill going, blah, 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 blah. Didn't see him for months after this, and by that time he's all clean cut Christian and all this shit, and it shuns all his old friends. It's like, pussy, you asked for it. He was blaming us for the stupid Mexican tricks, but he was the one who came up with the concept. He was the one that always begged for it because he knew it would give him free drugs. So he's blaming us for something that he conceptualized, he committed, he was willing to do.
That's where people with weak wills need to be euthanized.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Yeah, because he fucked himself up that bad.
I'd say it's kind of pathetic, but it's more funny.
Yeah, it is.
Because that's just, I mean, come on.
Mm-hmm.
That's, I mean, yeah. I've gotten back in touch with some of the Puke gang members. Not gang, but after about 4.5 years, and they're even more misanthropic than they were when I met them.
That's good.
Oh wait, new band. Hang on, I have to see who this is.
Okay. Let's see here.
Burgeroff.
Mm-hmm. Fuck. I used to fucking have while I was tripping, me and the friend who shall never be named would go out back in my fucking backyard. And while I was all fucked up tripping, I don't know how fucked up he was, we would have fucking sword fights with real swords. He took the European saber, I took the Arabian war sword, and we would fucking duel it out in the backyard for a while, a couple times here and there, all trashed, until he realized I was too fucked up to realize that I was starting to swing a bit too wildly and might actually do some harm instead of just your standard, let's clash swords thing.
Yep.
So, but that was always fuck with people. It's like, oh my God, there's a sword fight at this party.
I once got Johnny Puke's brother to, I think it was like 10 hits of acid.
Okay, so where to go next here?
We're not going to leave out any. We can't leave out anything embarrassing. You have to put your most embarrassing things in here.
Yeah, I know that. Well, there was this one time we were fucking tripping out in the middle of the woods. This was like one of the local parks around here, and it's out in the middle of fucking Redneckville. Not complete Hicks, but pretty damn close.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, I know the difference between rednecks and Hicks.
Yes, yes. My mom's side are Hicks, and my dad's side are rednecks.
And hillbillies. I know the difference between all three of these.
Yes, I do too.
Hillbillies are where you start hearing the banjos and you run.
Rednecks are crazy. Hillbillies are stupid, and Hicks are. Well, Hicks can be in any town.
Mm-hmm.
You could be a big city Hick. You could be,
Yep. Anyways, we're out in the fucking middle here. And there are a couple guys fucking roasting fucking fish on a fucking fire with their sticks and shit. And they knew we were up to something. We were fucked up all because of the way we were acting and shit. I think a couple people brought their dope with them, and like half of us were tripping. It was like, so, and we were going like cliff diving into the river below. And, they're like, hey, come here. Want to try some of this shit? And like, we all went up and, we saw it was fish with the scales still on. They're cooking. And I just grab a couple fucking mouthfuls, eating it like a fucking giant barbarian. That's pretty tasty. I'm gonna get a couple of fucking bones in my mouth. Give it back to him, He probably was biting into it first, and I just didn't give a shit. Too fucking tripped out. And I was a little hungry, so, you know, that put some fucking meat on my bones and filled my stomach a little. A little bit later, they found this fucking toad that was fucking just in the woods and shit. And they decided to start getting it high, and I thought that was pretty funny. And we're sitting there getting it high. Then all of a sudden, they're like, let's kill it. And I'm like, no, no. And I fucking grabbed the thing. And, like, you know, as I'm trying to run and throw it in the water so it can escape, someone just fucking pushes me right off the fucking cliff, and I go tumbling down. You know, fucking head over heels kind of shit, because I'm just all fucked up, wasn't expecting it. You know, the sun became my feet and the water became my head and, you know, all other shit. And I was like all fucked up. Then I hit the water, you know, and I was so damn lucky I didn't get my fucking head cracked on a rock. All this to fucking save a toad.
Why would you? I mean, it's fucking Toad, dude.
But I like animals more than I like people. I mean, on the way to this place, one of the kids decided to fucking go out of his way, swerve into the wrong lane of traffic just so he could fucking smack a squirrel with his car. Okay, so this was on the way there. And I'm sitting there, and, you know, huge into karma and shit. And, you know, I'm sitting there thinking I got the good karma now because I just fucking saved the toad. Well, on our way home that night, the car fucking broke down. Like right in the middle of this fucking nowhere. And I happen to know the town we were in because my mom took me there once. So I called up my mom saying, hey, you know where this place is by this route and these fucking road signs here. And my friends are all fucking wigging out the whole time because the car is broken down. They have to fucking leave it in the middle of some fucking redneck's yard, not knowing what the fuck's going to happen to it, you know, whenever they finally come claim it again. And now they're hearing that they have to fucking come with someone's mother, and they're trying to fucking sober up as best they can. And, you know, I tell my mom where we're at in the middle of everywhere, and after the interrogation and all that, she finally fucking puts down the phone, comes, gets us out in the middle of fucking nowhere. We all pile in this fucking small-ass car. My friends are all fucking paranoid, hoping that they're fucking acting all straight and sober. And I look back at my friends sitting in the back seat because I got shotgun because I'm the son. And I look at them and say, well, aren't you going to fucking spark up my mom for fucking driving out this whole way? Their brains just exploded, you know, whenever that happened. So, you know, she got some pot out of the deal. It was good.
One of my favorites, it's not really a huge story, but it's a little one. One of my favorites is stealing money. Oh,